So earlier we were right there where that lady in the orange is. This is how many people are here now. Everybody kind of figured out this is the best spot. And you guys were giving me crap when I was here for too long. I told you this is the best spot. It just is. You can see everything that's going on down there. You can see everything down here. Concussion grenades going off over here. Sorry, Chad, I see the service. We're going in and out, but it looks like it's pretty solid right now. So we're gonna stay here for a second.
One of the cars has the window broken.
Which one?
The third one from our right. From the right.
So basically, if you have anything to do downtown LA, if you live downtown LA, that's where the place that you call home. If your kids have to go to school, if you have to take your kid to their basketball practice, anything that you have to do is put on hold or, impossible to achieve because a bunch of people have mobilized in the name of defending illegal criminals. Like, just let that sink in. You have American citizens hurting other Americans, destroying their businesses, destroying their means of transportation, their vehicles, destroying some Uber vehicles that these people might depend on to get to where they need to go. All in the name of defending a bunch of illegal criminal alien migrants who on any other day of the week, these people wouldn't give a damn about. Let's be realistic. So now we have American citizens saying we don't like what a bunch of other Americans voted for. So we feel like that gives us the right to create terror. These, in my opinion, they are not peaceful protesters. These people, in my opinion, are domestic terrorists because they are using fear to intimidate other Americans into capitulating to their demands. They're not going participating in the political process. They are not getting on a podium, letting their voices be heard in a peaceful manner. They are resorting to violence and intimidation to sway the public opinion in favor of what they support. I'm looking at the situation unfolding downtown LA. How does setting a Waymo car get your point across? How does vandalizing businesses get your point across? And I don't want anyone to say, oh, this dude is racist. He's racist. He hates people who aren't black. Dude, I was on black people for doing this crap during George Floyd. How does tearing up your own city get your point across? If anything, if it truly does anything, it really displays exactly the reason many Americans don't want illegal immigrants here. It makes it look like you're a group of people who are lawless and don't believe in the political process of America. And like whenever stuff doesn't go your way, you're going to do the stuff that's done in your home countries, which I put Africa on this list, in order to intimidate the government into letting you do whatever you want to do. And it's not going to happen. You can say whatever you want to say. You can cry. You can bring up the sob stories. No one is ever going to come around to your side as long as you're doing shit like this. Because This is the exact reason why people voted to get these people out the country. Because people understood their strength in numbers, right? Chris Greenman, what up, my brother? The 5 counties, San Luis Obispo's realist. What up, bro? Hey, you know that one girl, your baby mama, she live in Long Beach now. Love you too, my brother. Hey, but anyway, so this is exactly what people voted against. This is why people voted in favor of Donald Trump, because people knew. They looked at the country that these people come from. They look at the countries these people come from. They looked at the state of their political system. They looked at the state of their country. They said, why is their country like this? And then they looked at the way these people handle political disagreements. And they said, nope, can't let too many of them over here, or they will do what they do over there and reduce our government down to what their government over there looks like. Bro, you had an election in Mexico, and all these people are not just from Mexico, but you just had an election in Mexico where like almost 30 political candidates were assassinated leading up to the presidential election. We as Americans, we are devastated by the fact that they had 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. I'm telling you right now, no one's going to come to your side with this kind of crap going on. 30. Yes, 30. But these people, they pretend like they forgot why they left their home country to come to America. You came to America because you got tired of living in a cesspool that had no real respect for law and order. You came to this country because you got tired of living in a country that was run by drug dealers who were murderers and criminals who intimidated you and made it impossible for you to have a decent life. And now if you fast forward to 2025, these people are doing the same exact thing in America that they fled their country because of, trying to use violence and intimidation to force people to submit to their will. And this is America, and it's not going to work. This is America, and it is not going to work. If you have a problem with someone, your problem should be with your local politicians like Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, you just name them. The little fat Mexican lady who keep getting on stage acting like she gangster, but look like she can't walk around the block. They allowed you to live in a fantasy. They allowed you to believe that what you wanted as an individual was more important than the will of the American people en masse. There's a reason why people voted for Donald Trump. People don't want these illegal criminal aliens here. Has nothing to do with race. Has everything to do to the fact that, one, Americans can't go to these people's countries, set up shop on the corner, selling hamburgers, and just say, F it, we here. Americans can't go to their country and start businesses, mowing lawns and stuff, and say, F the government. We're just going to do what we want to do. Americans can't just cross over into their border illegally and decide, hey, we're going to stay for the next 50 years. Because we will be immediately jailed and deported. Or we might just be jailed and never released. Do you understand that the entrepreneurial spirit of America is stronger than any place on earth? Let these countries open their economies up to Americans. Bet you these white boys, hipsters, and everything else, it'll be coffee shops all up and through El Salvador. Yoga studios, hot yoga studios, jiu-jitsu gyms, Krav Maga, all that. We'll run over there and take over the place. That's how strong the entrepreneurial spirit of America is. But these people don't play fair. They don't want a fair competition. They say, no, we should get to come take from your economy. We should get to come pilfer the opportunities that are there for your children that your ancestors fought and died for and were enslaved for. But you should not have access to our economy that our ancestors were, let's be real, not brave enough to defend against the tyranny of their government. A bunch of people who voted for socialism, which destroyed their country, flee that country, come to America, and try to do the same thing here. It's just like a liberal who leaves California because the policies he or she has voted for have made America unlivable. Moving to a place like Idaho or a place like Texas and attempting to turn that place into a miniature version of California. It is the same exact thing. They voted for socialism where they are from, right? It destroyed their economy. It destroyed their ability to feed their family. And instead of learning their lesson, they instead chose to come to another country. They chose to come to another country and then attempt to spread that same nonsense over here. And the American people, despite race, color, or creed, woke up just in time to stop them. This is a terrorist threat that has invaded our country, and it will be stamped out. I don't care how many crying babies you put on screen. I don't care how many sob stories about cancer and all this stuff that you put on screen. The answer is no. The message is you are not welcome. No vacancies. I don't know how to say that in Spanish, but if I could, I would. Cerrado. I know that means closed. And it has nothing to do with your nationality, and it has nothing to do with your race. It has everything to do with your illegal status in this country. And this includes the Black illegal immigrants who are coming over here, the Haitians, Jamaicans, and everything else. You want to come in this country, take your ass back to Jamaica and go do it legally. And if you don't want to do that, then you need to make a connection via the internet with a person in America and help them get them to help you get some motion wherever you are. The people I work with in Africa, I'm not telling them to come to America illegally. I'm saying no. Well, they don't even want to come. Kenya is such a nice country. But what they say is, bro, I got this idea for a business. Let me show you my business plan. Would you be interested? They're not saying, bro, come smuggle me into America across Mexico so I could come in there and steal the hopes and dreams and opportunities away from American children. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And we live in a society where people try to make you feel like just because you stand up for yourself and your family and your country, somehow that makes you evil. Listen, bro, no, it's not our fault you let the cartel take over your country. It's not our fault that you let your government be so damn corrupt that you don't have an opportunity for your children. You're literally hating on Americans for doing the very thing we did that made this country so desirable to you, which made you want to walk across the desert and come over here. Everybody believes that Americans are soft. Listen, we're soft when we need to be, but we know how to be tough, man up, and put boot to ass when we have to. I respect every last one of those National Guard troops. I respect every last one of those ICE agents because they're doing what they're told in the name of defending their country. And somebody's in the comments, oh, Brandon's FBA now. No, I'm not FBA now. What I'm telling you is people should build up where they come from. And it's so crazy because I'm one of the people who is willing to help you build up where you come from. My homegirl is in El Salvador right now. The place all these people running from. She's enjoying nice lattes and coffee and restaurants and all that stuff right in the country that these people are running from. Guess what, dude? If one person opens up a steak restaurant in El Salvador, you know what that means? That means you can open up a steak restaurant in El Salvador. You can look on the internet, see what's working in America, and start replicating that in your country. And Americans will come there and do business with you. But I'm going to tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to let you destroy our cities because you want unfair treatment, because you want special treatment. I don't even believe in special treatment for my own black people. I don't even believe in affirmative action. Why would I allow you to come over here and get special privileges because you are of a particular nationality? Oh, Brandon, you this and you that. You support the white man. Yep, sure do. I support him against you because you're a criminal, because you don't respect the laws. Because when one of these crazy dudes who get across the border, not saying they're all crazy, but when one of these violent criminal rapists, one of these violent psychopaths get across the country and do something to my daughter, you think all them people going to be out there protesting? Were they out there protesting when Lincoln Riley got killed? Were they out there protesting when the black lady was just recently shot up in her own car by 5 illegal immigrants? Did you guys know about that? No, you didn't know about that. There's a bunch of violent criminals that were sent over here by their government. They broke the rules. They played dirty and sent a bunch of rapists and mentally unstable criminals into our country. And you know what's crazy? These same people out here in the streets of LA are literally willing to tear up their neighbor's property in defense of a bunch of criminals who they wouldn't even want to live next door to. Or maybe they will want to live next door to them. I don't know, but that's not what's important. Roger W. said, Brandon, it was 6 of them. Black woman riding in her car, minding her own business. 6 illegal immigrants pull up next to her, light her ass up for no reason. Lincoln Riley jogging on a path that she's jogged her entire life. Boom, dead, raped and murdered viciously. Was they out there burning cars over that? Was these people marching on El Salvador? They don't care. All they care about is skin color. They look like me, so they should be able to do whatever the hell they want to do. You go and respect America or else. I told my own homegirl, you love supporting criminals. And she'll admit she does. Because she doesn't give a damn about you, me, or whoever else. All she cares about is, what am I going to get? But when it starts affecting her, she's going to be the first person up in arms. Let's be real. And that's what you got. You have a bunch of selfish ass people in America who really don't care about what happens to the next person. They only care about the way it makes them feel in the short term. And you just have to move past these people. These people are children mentally. I got a friend, right? She got a daughter. So her daughter loves to try to help people, right? She can't help herself, but she loves to try to help others, right? This girl saw a dog on the side of the road. She brings the dog home. Oh, I found this dog on the side of the road. I felt sorry for it. They put the dog in the backyard. Do you know from the day she brought that dog home, 2 years later, that girl ain't touched or even interacted with that dog? So now the mama and the sister and the husband, they got to take care of a dog that she picked up off the side of the road and she's grown. And then when they tell her, oh, you need to feed the dog, you need to start buying food, right? She says, well, I'm going to just get rid of the dog. Because she only cared about the dog at the moment. But she made a decision that would impact and affect other people for years to come. And that is what these people are doing. These people are out here busting out car windows, setting cars on fire. And these dummies in LA are supporting that. Well, what you gonna do on Monday morning when you got to get to work and ain't no Ubers working? Ain't no Ubers coming. Or you got to get on a train, but the train not running. Because they don't give a damn about you. They would rather pretend, they care more about pretending to care about an illegal criminal alien migrant than they care about their neighbor right next door who makes it possible for them to live in their city. That is a special type of selfishness. That selfishness comes from a deep, dark place that is rooted in narcissism and evil. Thank God Donald Trump cares about the American people, the citizens of LA, enough to give them tough love. Hey, listen, you guys got to get these people out of here. These Hispanic people love you so much. I got a homie, right? He in jail. Well, he not in jail. He was in jail because a Mexican dude tried to stab his ass to death, and he stabbed him instead, and he sat in jail for damn near a year fighting the case. He gets on the internet and says, Donald Trump, so now he's attacking the Mexicans. I looked at this fool and said, dude, how many Mexicans protested for you when that dude tried to stab you to death and you got put in jail for defending yourself? I got a better question. And let me put the invite link in. This is called, I want the Mexican and Hispanic people to come up, because I got some questions. Why y'all don't never protest when MS-13 and 18th Street get into it with some black dudes in jail and then put a green light on black dudes in the street who had nothing to do with what was going on in jail? Y'all don't understand. They've been putting green lights on us for years out here. Random black dudes getting killed. My homie Norman getting stabbed to death in a park with a screwdriver because of a green light that the 18th Street put on black dudes because some bullshit that happened in jail. Did you see any of these people protesting? Did you see any of these people burning up cars? I'm not about to sit here and play games. They don't give a damn about nobody but their own and barely give a damn about them. So what we supposed to do? Sit here and say, dude, these people literally want to murder black people whenever they feel like it on a whim. But I'm supposed to sit quietly and fight for these, or go out there and fight for these people? No. If you don't got your house in order, don't expect me to let you come up in my shit. Because I'm telling you, 99% of the people in those riot groups won't even show up to vote. I promise you. They are totally apolitical. They will not show up to vote to choose leadership, but as soon as something don't go their way, they'll go try to tear up other people's stuff. I'm not ever going to be with that. I'm never going to be with that. You right. These punk ass gang members ain't gonna do nothing. So the black man has to stand up and use the political process to protect himself and his family and his community, including but not limited to the law-abiding Hispanic citizens who are also victimized by this nonsense. Don't come for us. Some people want to raise their family in peace, not having to worry about it. Their daughters and sons gonna get assaulted walking to school because some degenerate thug then got out of a El Salvadorian prison and came over and started the latest faction of Tren de Aragua. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Any man who has animosity towards another man for protecting his home, for wanting to keep his family safe, that's not a man at all. That's an animal. That is an animal. Donald Trump described these people right. They're animals. Because they know that there's criminals coming over this border. And instead of saying, you know what, yeah, this needs to be done the right way and going through the proper channels, They get mad and try to plead to your emotion so that you let them do something that makes everybody more unsafe. And when I say the animal thing, I'm not just talking about the Hispanics. It's a bunch of black people no good coming across the border too. You think I want those Haitians over here? You think I want barbecuing them up over here? Hell no. You ain't about to get over here and start doing the stuff you was doing that made your country suck. Because there's only two things that can happen. Either we kick them out and make them do it the right way, or they touch the wrong one and it's an all-out war in this bitch. And we definitely gonna win. And when I say we, it's Americans. Y'all not built like us. Y'all ain't got the fight we got. Y'all don't win no Olympics, nothing, because we're willing to do what it takes. And if we got to do what it takes to get your ass up out of here ourselves, God help you. Be thankful that the government did what they had to do, because the Democrats was going to let this go and burn until it erupted into violence in the streets. Because ain't no cartel member about to be running my block. Straight up. You let that happen over where you from. Your grandpas and uncles and shit can't even have a construction business without a Tito Puente over there taking some shit off the top, melting people in vats of acid and shit. That doesn't happen in America. That's every day where these people come from. Barbecue them over there, killing people and eating them and shit. That don't happen in America. But where they're from, that's every day. So we supposed to feel so sorry for you that we supposed to just capitulate. And we not, nope. We not doing that. But I'm telling you guys, this is not racially motivated, none of that. Because I know that my good, legal, Hispanic, Haitian, Jamaican citizens feel the same way as me. If you ain't coming over here right, don't bring your ass over here. Where I'm from, they used to call it come correct. These people ain't coming correct. These people doing whatever the hell they want to do and expect you to just deal with it. We not dealing with it. If we got to drag your ass up out of here ourselves, we'll do it. But we pay taxes so that ICE come drag your ass up out of here for us. The way you should make sure that your taxes in your country go to making your life better for you and your family. No, I've been on the mass deportation. Stop it. I voted for Trump 3 times. Don't come for me. And then people, well, I just don't like the way he's doing it. Well, what way would you prefer? Because Biden wasn't doing nothing. Don't mute me, Viral Way. How's Viral Way gonna mute you? Guys, we got people calling in. So I'm pasting the StreamYard link in the comments, right? I'm a hard worker. America is the leader of the world. You know why? Because America understands and Americans understand the number one criteria for leadership. Never ask a man to do something you're not willing to do. And every last one of these illegal criminal alien migrants is asking America to do something that their governments would never do. You'll appeal to the American government and expect do the right thing. Well, why don't you go tell your own government to do the right thing? Go destroy your shit until the government capitulates to your demands. Nah, because where you come from, y'all would have all been dead or in jail. Scared to debate shit. I'm not arguing from the comments. John Galt, go ahead, John.
Hey, what's up, man? You know, I'm not from Cali, but we have a large large Spanish population here. And man, it's going to be a hard situation to resolve because a lot of them have a good reputation of working, and that's what most people think of them. So I don't know how to resolve this. It's going to be very difficult considering that they have replaced many of the blacks who could have been doing what the Mexicans are doing, kind of would have buffered us from this immigration. But with the Spanish coming here doing what the blacks would not do or could not do, it's going to be hard to put them out.
The thing is, it's not that they're doing what the blacks. And by the way, is my sound okay or is it too loud?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay. They're not doing what the blacks would not do. What they're doing is they're getting into the union jobs. They're undercutting people on price for work. And they're basically creating a situation where it's just more economical to go with them instead of going with a black person or a white person who expects to be paid based on what they're actually worth. I live in California, bunch of Mexican people doing all types of jobs. Now, some Mexican people do good work. I'm not going to say they don't, but I promise you my mechanic is French. He's a Frenchman who came from France 5 years ago because you couldn't get your car worked on out here without them jacking shit up and then trying to charge you for it. Trying to pretend, oh, I don't know why it's messed up, knowing good and damn well they messed it up. So there's a reputation for doing good work and being hard workers, but there's also a reputation for them capturing the market and then lowering the quality of the services.
I mean, I think there's part of that, but in some of the areas where they're working, for instance, drywalling, I mean, you do a little bit of drywall and you'd be pretty damn good at it. Now, maybe some working on a foreign car, I may not want a Mexican to do it.
It's not even a foreign car, it's regular cars, all that. They're ripping people off.
No, I don't disagree with that. I guess what I'm saying, there are large areas of the economy, as we hear here, immigration, ICE is having to go into jobs and bring these people out of their jobs, right?
Get them out.
But I think that's the wedge that they're using, is that we're not just grabbing criminals off the street, loitering. Like we're going.
No, these people are criminals. They're criminals. It's a criminal with a job.
I don't disagree with you.
My sister's baby daddy, he did a crime. 4 years he was working at U-Haul. 4 years he was on the lam from the law. They came in his job and dragged his ass out.
I agree.
And locked his ass up for 8 years.
I agree with you 100%. But I would imagine that there's a large corporate element to this that is pushing back. Like, shit, they got to replace these workers that we arrest. And where are you going to find them from?
Listen,
are they going to be able to find workers?
The law of capitalism. You raise the pay, guess what? Guess what? People going to come get that money.
What's the minimum wage in California? I bet it's pretty
$20.
How much?
$20.
$20. That's pretty damn high.
But you got illegal immigrants making $50 an hour.
Right. So
$60 an hour. You think people don't want those jobs, bro? Come to California and try to join a union. Watch how you don't even get to join. And if they let you join, you ain't gonna never get no work. This a lie. People want this work. They just cleverly eliminated and gate kept people out of those jobs. You think these young black men don't want to be carpenters, steel workers, iron workers, longshoremen? These dudes, it will be a legal person. He'll hire some of his illegal cousins, then they hire an illegal family. You will never get in, bro.
I do a lot of street interviews here in DC, and I'll often ask the young people, where do you see yourself in 20 years? I haven't had one person say, I'll be a master carpenter yet. I'll be a master plumber. They want to be social media and things like that.
But listen, the reason why they don't do that is because back in the day, these professions used to be marketed to black people. When you were in school, you would see billboards, you would see commercials. Now, because these illegal immigrants and people related to them literally have taken over those occupations, they make sure that the marketing for these things only goes to specific groups of people. I'll give you a perfect example, John. John, remember when the illegals first came to New York and Chicago, and all of a sudden the city of New York and Chicago had all these thousands of jobs within the city government for illegal immigrants?
Y'all gonna take this L.
Well, I got you. But do you remember that, John?
Y'all gonna take this L, man.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
We're
We're going to take it respectfully while you wait. I'm coming to you. Now, listen, do you remember that, John Galt?
Vaguely, but I'll take your word for it.
They created a damn app that was in Spanish that was downloaded by illegal immigrants where they could log in and have a board, right? Information or message board of government job openings that they could apply for and get. Where's the government job openings for American citizens?
Well, I think
I'm asking you, where's the app for American citizens that they could download on their phone? Where's the commercials to inform them and let them know what's going on? Where's the Apple One and employment offices with a huge budget, letting American citizens, including but not limited to Black people, letting them know, hey, you can get $33 an hour to do this job?
Doesn't Karen Bass run the mayor's office in Atlanta, New York?
Yeah, but she's a socialist.
Well, I mean, but she's in charge. She could hire whoever she wanted to hire.
Because when you got socialists in leadership, they are more worried about convincing people to allow the government to take care of them than they are about helping people get gainful employment so they could take care of themselves. The Black man gets preached to about socialism and the government owes you and the government should be taking care of you. These immigrants and stuff, they get preached to about, hey man, you can make $50 an hour being a licensed carpenter. See, They don't preach, they don't send us the same message.
See, I agree with you, man. I think they never should have been allowed here, period. I don't believe in diversity.
When the Black man used to set up the barbecue stand,
National Guard ain't about to do nothing.
All right, cool. When the Black man used to set up the barbecue stand on the corner of John Galt, they used to come take all of his equipment. They would threaten, they would fine him $10,000. The Mexican came, set up the burrito stand, they let it ride. They got to the point where they were giving them the materials to set those stands up on the corner. I'm telling you, Black people were forced out of these markets, out of these occupations. It wasn't that we just gave up on them.
I'll tell you one thing though, you know what I'm saying, what I see.
That's because y'all won't do nothing about it.
I mean, I think the Spanish people, you know, maybe a lot of these people, they have a culture of street food. Americans, by and large, don't have street food.
Everybody has a culture of street food. We've been making plates and selling plates out of our cars and trucks for 200 years.
But that's not your car, your truck. I'm talking about peeling the avocado.
Street food.
No, I'm talking about peeling the avocado and mango where you don't have to keep it warm. I see these people peeling mangoes and shit in hot sauce.
Who do you think used to do that before they started doing it? They didn't get those.
They did it better than you, bro. They did it better than you, bro.
Okay, listen. In Mexico, they didn't even have cars like that in the 1920s and 30s.
And they came over here and took over.
Okay, can you wait? Black people started those businesses, but the government heavily regulated those businesses, then allow Hispanic people and other groups to come over here and run those businesses illegally while they turned a blind eye. You guys are going to have to learn your history and understand the Black economy has been under attack for like the past 150 years in America. It's illegal for you, but they're allowed to do it. Why?
I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? I think the rules have changed over the years. I talk about it a lot, man. I see a lot of Blacks driving cars, delivering food. But then the immigrants, they take advantage of riding the scooters and make a hell of a lot more money. So a lot of the things have changed. Now you can sell food on the street.
But they'll tell you, Blacks don't want delivery jobs. Well, why are these Black people on Uber and Uber Eats and DoorDash?
But what I'm saying to you is that they're going about it the wrong way. When I see the migrants here in DC on Uber, they're on scooters. They're exempt from all the street rules and laws and traffic cameras.
Because they're illegally doing that.
But what I'm saying, the Americans could do it too. But the Americans,
you're held accountable. Okay, when you deliver for Uber Eats or Instacart or Postmates, whatever, you have to put your vehicle listed at letting people know what you're driving. These people are, for one, running under fake accounts.
Yeah, I agree.
With a car that is not theirs listed as their delivery vehicle, and then they're using a scooter to deliver people's food. The reason they're never held accountable is because once they shut down the account, well, they don't know who's actually delivering the food. They'll have 5-10 dudes working under one account.
Sound like some hustlers to me.
You can't say Black people are doing it wrong because we're held to a different standard.
No, but what I'm saying, Brandon.
Nah, y'all doing it wrong, bro. And you need to admit it. Because without admitting it, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Brandon, whenever I get an Uber Eats delivery, I live in the ghetto. It's always a Black person pulling up in a car. When I go downtown and I see Uber Eats deliveries, they're always on scooters. It's much more cost effective to deliver food in the cities with scooters. The algorithms, the software is routing the best orders to the people on scooters. That's mainly going to be the migrants.
But
I'm
you
not
have
arguing
to,
for the migrants. I'm just telling
but
you
you
what
have
it is.
to understand, if you don't live in the city, it's not really feasible to use a scooter to come all the way out to the suburbs because those scooters are electric. I own 2 of
No,
them.
they're not electric. They're gas. A lot of them, pretty much all of them are running gas.
Gas scooters. Okay,
Yeah,
here where
pretty
I
much all.
live, these are electric scooters, right? But what I'm saying is, even with the gas scooter, the tank is so damn small. You could say the guy lives in the inner city, or say he wants to, he's sitting, because what people don't realize, when you do delivery jobs, and I did it too, you have a lot of downtime sitting and waiting to get orders. When it gets to the winter and stuff like that, you ain't standing outside freezing your ass off to get those deliveries. And the inner city is dominated by illegal immigrants. Like I told you, it's 10 people working under one account. So
Let me ask you this question, Brandon.
Okay, last question, because we got to move on.
You ever been outside of a Chick-fil-A or something in the inner city? You see all those motor scooters parked out front.
No.
They're waiting on orders. They can park their motor scooters on the sidewalk, on the city streets. Cars can't do that. That's a built-in advantage that they have.
I really think that we're doing this thing where we're saying black people doing it wrong. But if you look at some of the city's laws and stuff around doing that, it's very tricky. A lot of these things, you can't even loiter around the business, stuff like that. And the illegals get away with it. But the reason they get away with it is not because it's legal, because the cops were like, well, he's illegal. If I arrest him, he's going to get kicked back out within a couple of hours. So the cops just say, we're not going to enforce it against them. And they enforce it against the people that they can actually hold accountable. And many times that is American citizens. I live in LA County. An illegal will get arrested for something. I can get arrested for domestic violence, right? If I beat up my wife. An illegal immigrant can get arrested for domestic violence. Bro will get kicked out of the system within 6 hours. I will do damn near 2 years in jail. This is the reality. It's a 2-tier justice system skewed in favor of illegal immigrants.
Nah, Mexican wives don't call the police, nigga.
All
Can
right.
I speak?
Music Mannix, go ahead.
All right, I'm agree with everything. I just have a quick question for you, Brandon.
Yeah.
On definitely not probably not this episode, but maybe another episode this week, will you be covering the Whack 100 lies from today?
We're gonna get to that. That's
you
the
heard
next
about
episode.
all that shit though? All right, good.
Yeah, it was like
covered-
the first 5 minutes of the Adam and Whack show. I've actually listened to it.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting what you're saying, but I'm
And feel free
Brandon.
to-
Nah, it wasn't. What was disgusting about it?
Hey, listen, wait. We're having this conversation in order. Go ahead, Music Mannix.
It was just bunch of lies, and Brandon's not like this big bad guy trying to infiltrate No Jumper like Wax trying to say thank you. I think Wax a little bit jealous. Brandon has all the spotlight right now, you know what I'm saying? He's a star, right? He's a big star right now, so
Hey, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry.
thank you. And
I know
hey,
Jumper people.
all
We will
the
talk.
I'm in Texas, and there's like a shitload of illegals, but then there's a shitload of people that are legally here, and we like those people, but we want the illegals out of here. I don't give a fuck what situation or how many children or how many baby mamas you have or how many whatever. You need to get the fuck out of the United States of America. Brandon, you keep on keeping on, my brother. And we'll be listening to the rest of the show. God bless, guys.
Thank you so much. Okay. It's so many people coming. John Galt, I'm gonna put you down in the queue, and then when some more people talk, you'll be brought back up. I gotta rotate it because there's a lot of people here. Okay, let's go, Oz. You're finally up.
Yo, so bro, like this is the thing. Y'all gonna take this L because the National Guard ain't gonna really do nothing because Trump is not as strong as y'all think he is. He's not really willing to take it to where he got to take it to really put these people in line. And as a result of that, they're going to do what they want to do. And it's going to be just like BLM all over again, if not worse. And that's a fact.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many people did ICE come in to remove that were not removed because of those protests?
What I'm saying is, like, it's really going up right now. It hasn't really went up. It hasn't gotten like this.
I'm asking you a question.
This is a result. This is the counter. This is the counterattack.
Listen, ICE filled up busloads of people and took them away for deportation. Name one of those people that was saved by these protesters from being taken away by ICE.
Okay, are you talking about during the protest, like that just recently popped up?
Period.
Okay, before shit didn't really go up like the way it is right now. So why are you using something that happened
ICE
months
is
ago?
literally no. This is recently. ICE has taken dozens of people. Now everyone's hiding, obviously, because they don't want to take it. These protesters didn't stop shit. ICE was running people over with cars, bro. You ain't been watching the video?
Okay, so let's
did they take?
So let's just say, let me just give it to you and say, oh yeah, they're gonna keep on deporting people, they ain't gonna stop nothing. But that's not gonna stop them from destroying Los Angeles, from tearing down Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying, blowing up cars, you feel me, like you see in the motherfucking video. And nobody gonna do nothing about it. Nobody gonna do nothing about it.
Listen, AZ, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The dumb situation of this that your mind is not understanding is that when that happens, that only affects the people who supported the illegal immigrants. So it's like
what you mean? You ain't supported. LA's your home. You ain't supported.
I'm explaining this like I would a third grader, even though I think a third grader might be a bit smarter than you. It's like this.
Why you say that?
Listen, you're mad about something that I did.
I'm not mad. I'm saying y'all gonna take this L.
Listen, you're mad at not you, bro. Use your brain. You're mad about something that I did, right? So instead of but you can't do anything to me, so you do something that hurts the guy who lives next door to you. You're mad at a burglar for breaking in your house, so you burn down your neighbor's house. That's literally what is happening.
And what I'm saying to you is
how even taking an L.
Okay, because it's gonna be because you're the American. They're the illegal immigrant coming to your country, destroying your city. Okay, and you're not gonna do anything about it.
That is happening in Los Angeles and Paramount and some other Hispanic-dominated cities. There's nothing going on in my city. None of this is happening in my city.
It's gonna get there. Just give it some time.
It's not. None of this is happening in Boston. None of this is happening in Inglewood. This is all happening right in the liberal strongholds. So these people are mad. But by the way, the Mexicans protesting are actually legals. They're not illegals. They're legal citizens. They're literally tearing down their own community over something they can't do anything about. They're the ones taking the L, not us.
Okay, so if they flip LA over and that's just like looking like a motherfucking post-apocalyptic city and shit like that, you ain't taking it up?
All that's gonna do is make the people of LA turn against them even harder.
Okay, but then y'all gonna have to rebuild your city.
For them to be effective, they would literally have to go to somewhere like Texas or Arkansas or Kentucky and tear up all that. Then they would actually be hurting the people who caused this. Because California went blue overwhelmingly. So you doing that, you're literally just hurting the people who support you. And once you hurt someone who supports you, they're gonna secretly go against you.
So basically you think Cali gonna turn red over this shit?
It might not turn red, but you're gonna have a lot more ex-Democrats and independents saying no. If every time, because people are not dumb. I was out earlier and the liberal dude, I talked to this dude, he looked like James Woods. He was like, the thing is, he said, I support the illegals. I like them. They work hard. He said, but here's the thing. If they're going to tear up my shit when they didn't tear up anything, when Obama was deporting more people than Trump, I see the hypocrisy and that makes me not want to support the next go around. So they're going to lose support. That's what dummies do. They don't think it out. They didn't think this through. They're just reacting. And that's when you're going wrong.
I think cities like California, New York City, y'all gone so delusional, so left field that y'all could literally watch immigrants destroy y'all city and y'all still gonna vouch for that shit.
Well, I agree with you. That's why I voted for Trump 3 times. And you'll be surprised. The only counties in California that are liberal are the biggest ones like LA. But now more people are going red than ever. You see Trump hats all over the place. When I saw Trump flags in downtown San Francisco hanging in windows all through downtown, I knew that the winds of change were blowing. Thank you, AZ. Appreciate you coming up. Rob, my boy, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I just think people are glazing over the fact that when illegal immigrants don't only reduce the standard of living, they reduce the standard of work also. And we don't have to stand for that. Like, you got these illegal sympathizers in your panel talking about them doing Uber on a scooter is hustling. That's not hustling. They've come in and they've reduced the standard of work where you can't be in an AC car anymore because they have to go on roundabout ways to get the job done, and Uber and DoorDash is going to incentivize that type of work because it's cheaper. So like, we're really just on a spiral race to the bottom in terms of standard of work. So in 20 years from now, people are going to think it's crazy if you actually go home to an apartment from work. They're going to be like, what? You don't sleep outside the office in a tent in the morning? Oh, you just not hustling hard enough, bro. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right. That's why I was always a opponent of that word. Oh man, I've been on the grind. Anybody knows that if you're actually grinding something, eventually that thing withers down to the point where it's no longer effective. Why
Yo,
can't you
Brandon, you can hear me, bro?
Yes, I can.
Yo, listen, I'm from New York City, man, and I you know what time it is over here. We went through the same thing y'all go through. It's Dominicans, Puerto Ricans over here, the whole nine. Now I'm gonna talk about the political side of things, right? So, boom, here we go, right here. Say hi, say hi. Look,
Buenos dias.
look. That was a group of Filipinos and Mexicans that just walked past me and they say shit. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we should not give a fuck about them whatsoever because they don't like us. And I'm
Talk a little lower. Talk a
way,
little lower. Talk a little lower. You yelling this.
and I'm dressed up on my way to work. I work overnight in
Right.
Manhattan, Fifth Avenue. Them
Right.
people don't give a fuck about us. So that's what I'm trying to. And I heard what you were saying.
It's not really our business.
It's exactly. So it's their turn now. It's their turn now.
I agree
So
with you.
now I don't know what's going on in LA
Talk a little-
to where brothers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in LA to where brothers can't get jobs or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But black people work on Wall Street out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We getting money out here.
Not
So
all.
here go another one. He put that shit on. He put that shit on purpose.
I believe that.
Yeah, he did that shit on purpose because he hear me talking about them, and that's all they do. Look, they got all of these is their bikes that they deliver from.
Yeah.
All of these is their bikes. Now, black people, we have the right to not want to deliver anymore because we're better than that.
Well,
So
there's a
it.
ton of black people who are willing to deliver, but what they've done, there used to be a day when those jobs were reserved for our children, like teenagers and stuff who needed part-time work. I'll give you a prime example. Remember back in the day when there used to be like the paper boy and he would ride the bike and throw the paper.
I
and
was
deliver
one,
to
Brandon.
labor?
I was
Dude,
one. I was a delivery boy as a teenager.
That job got totally eliminated. It got
But we
stolen.
was doing that when we was kids, Brandon.
But
we
what
was
I'm-
kids doing that.
But what I'm saying is, grown people from other countries have come to this country and taken over those jobs and try to shame grown folks for not wanting to work those jobs. Yeah, because those jobs were for our kids, so they could learn how to have a work ethic before they went into something more lucrative.
Look at them. Say hola.
Hola.
Say hola to my
Don't
neighbors.
degrade the people, man. That's not cool.
Yes.
Don't degrade the people, man.
Yeah.
Stop
He
pushing
not
me back in
degrading
the queue,
them.
Brandon.
All right,
I
listen.
just told him to say what's up.
Okay, thank
That's
you,
all.
Phil, for coming up. I'm
Nah,
gonna put you back
but
in the
real
queue.
talk. I think LA. I think the brothers do better out there if y'all to stop gangbanging for real.
No, for real. I'm with you 100%.
All
Thank you,
right.
Phil. All right. Let's go with Quilly.
B Money.
Yo.
What's up with it, man?
Man, I'm chilling.
Look, man, we wait for a nigga like you for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No, man, I'm in Philly, you feel me? But yo, listen, I ain't even gonna get on this no jumper shit, but as far as illegals, right? And I'm in corporate America. So let me tell you, it's more than just Mexicans though.
Phil
that
is
don't like
ignorant.
niggas.
Yes, he's very ignorant.
Hey,
Sorry,
let me
Phil.
talk.
Indians,
Guys.
are taking over corporate America,
Okay.
and they're bringing everybody from their fucking little countries over here. They're not letting no black people into corporate America. Their companies. There's companies, investment companies like TIA, CREF, right? I applied for these positions, and every single time it was a goddamn Indian motherfucking woman or man, right? No black people to be found. It was either white or Indians. And it's crazy because they come to this country, they're damn near darker than us, right? And they have more respect for the white man, the Chinese man, Asian man, than they do for the black man that actually work for free in this goddamn country, then call us lazy.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
Now we got.
Brandon, can I chime in too? That's
now. Hold on, real quick, and I'm gonna let you speak. I promise. I ain't gonna be
much
long.
Much love and respect, Quilly. Much love and respect. My bad. You got it.
So I come from the streets, right? Now, it took me a long time to even get to the mindset to where I thought like this, because like other people, I want to buy low and sell high, right? Wherever I can get the lowest cost of labor and sell it for the highest, I was with it, right? Until you find yourself in those same places, applying for those same positions, going out for those same jobs, where they either bringing their own people in, right, and getting them paid top dollar, or they bring you in more qualified, but they put you in a lesser position because it's their cousin or their brother or their auntie or their uncle.
Yeah.
That's doing all the hiring.
Nepotism.
Yes. That's called capitalism, Quilly. That's called capitalism. The white man has done that forever.
Exactly.
He's given his sons and his nephews positions and jobs.
We
as black people who have lived here in America don't do that shit.
Don't do it. Now, let me tell you this, brother, right? Now, in my field, I'm in the health and life insurance brokerage field, whatever, right?
Okay.
And let me tell you how this system works, especially where I'm at, right? You got the higher ups, right? And what they do is they put black women as the managers, right? And certain black men as the managers, right? And then you'll have a bunch of black agents mainly working, right? And here's the thing that I have about our people. Now, I'm going to say this because we need to look at both ends, right? Our people will get in position and they have that house nigga syndrome. You see what I'm saying? Where we'll jump over a bunch of us to please someone that's above us to get pushed up higher. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So basically you're saying they're better house niggas than we are.
1,000%. 1,000%.
All right, go ahead.
1,000%.
I'll give you, Amos, 1 minute to rebut or agree with what he said.
No rebuttals, Brandon. I joined in late, and much respect to everybody here. All I'm gonna say is I've lived in America all 45 years of my life since age 0, right? I'm from here, and all I'm gonna say with this shit with the ICE raids, Quilly, much respect. I got your point. Robert, I got your point. There was a brother that was on earlier who made an interesting point, but we just got to remember that, that whole rhetoric of African Americans built this country, though it is very, very true, the white man doesn't give a shit. The white man lumps us all up in as one big nigga. I swear to God, right? And
big
that
N-word.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I might get cut off of YouTube for saying that word, but that makes us infight with each other. As you all can see, my last name is not from America because I have foreign parents, right? So I guess that makes me a tether and I should not speak, but America is the only home that I've ever had my whole life. So I will speak, and I became a doctor here in university in America, right? So what I will say, Brandon, with the ICE raids, somebody says, shut your dumb ass up. Okay. Yeah,
Don't
I'm
read
not
the
gonna do that.
comments, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Don't
I'm not gonna do
respond.
that nigga who wrote that works at Target. I'm not going to do that. Right? So what I'm gonna say with the ICE raids is just consider this: the way that ICE is moving. I understand that President Trump's agenda is to get the most criminal people who came here illegally with no papers, et cetera, et cetera. However, as you're seeing, they're arresting people who are university professors, motherfuckers who are doing the right thing and have lived in America their whole life and who also were born here. So
illegally,
it's not a full linear, straightforward way of getting things done. There needs to be more oversight with that. And again, look, I did the right thing. My parents did the right thing. My parents are both college graduates. Though they were immigrants, they came here to go to college and they graduated. And they had all of us over here. You know what I mean? So they did the right thing. They're legal. And we've been here for 4.5 decades.
Right. They did it the right way.
And I'm a fucking goddamn doctor right now.
And I have
graduated last month.
And
You know
I
what
have
mean?
no issue. I have no issue with you. And I think that it does a great disservice to the people who did it the right way by us as people, us as Americans. I'm not gonna say black people, us as Americans sitting up trying to fight for a bunch of people who wouldn't give a squirt of piss to put us out if we were on fire. I'm not.
Brandon, can I address these stupid motherfuckers in the chat? I'm a doctor
You've been
of
drinking.
public
No,
policy.
you've been
Hold
drinking
on.
that wine.
Hold on.
Amos been drinking that wine. He got
I
that
am a
wine.
doctor of public policy, and I work for the United States Department of Health and Human Services, motherfucker.
Hey,
I am a
Amos,
federal government
Amos,
employee.
Amos,
So there
what are
you
you
go.
drink-
That's my
Amos,
answer to y'all in the
Amos,
chat.
what are you
Talking that
drinking right
racist
now?
bullshit.
What are you drinking right now, Amos?
No, I ain't drinking nothing. I'm just tired.
You
of
have
black
some wine,
favoritism.
Amos. I know
Because
you.
We gotta figure this
he
shit
on that
out.
hen dog.
He on that red wine. Amos is sophisticated. He drinks red wine.
Yeah. Merlot.
I do it. Hey, he turned up. All right, Amos,
You know
we
what I
moving
mean?
to KP. I got you coming. We coming back around, but I gotta go to
With
KP.
respect to the whole.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Go ahead, KP, the big dog.
My boy Michael Blackson was turned up right now. You motherfuckers.
Turned up on him.
Hey man, first of all, I'm happy to see you back on this type of content, my dog.
Oh,
you know I
my
love
God,
you, man.
Let's
But
do it.
man, it's I was explaining to somebody at work today, man. You know how you was talking about how people going out there, they own people don't give a damn, right?
Mhm.
And I was, me, Tuck, I'm gonna always give it to you the street way. I mean, I was saying, the Rasta, they charge every motherfucking citizen in them communities taxes. They make them the business owners. Everybody pay taxes. So I was telling Cass, man, you don't see the Rasta going out there in the front line for them right now. Why the fuck you going out there for?
Right.
The brothers behind the walls is getting rich behind them, paying these people 40% taxes on their business. And I'm like, I tell people, look, man, I'm a person for justice. I'm a person for liberation. I don't believe in oppressing anyone. So my views on certain things is different from others. But at the same time, I'm like, what are we getting for going out there frontlining this shit? The people that's going out there frontline, I'm like, what are you trying to say? Because at the end of the day, these are the same people, when it was on our ass, they didn't come. Man. And the green light shit, when you were saying that, I think if people that's not from our streets, particularly LA, they don't understand the green light shit, man. Back in 2005, man, some drugs were stolen from the Mexican mafia, over $20 million of drugs. And they put a war out in the black community. And they didn't give a fuck if you was a blood, crip, grandma, child, whoever. They put a war out. And none of the citizens, none of the legal citizens, Latino people, nobody said, oh, that's wrong. Nobody came to the blacks' defense. So I say we do look silly going out there protesting. That's not our fight. And the brother Quill, man, Philadelphia, man, I'm gonna say something, man. I noticed that too a lot. Man, you see a lot of these other, East Asian, immigrants coming here and they taking up all these corporate jobs and, they pushing us out the way. But as a people, man, we got to start doing for ourselves. A lot of people in LA talk about how we losing our communities, but I always tell people, man, the first thing we do when somebody grandma and grandpa die is they sell a house, they move out, and these motherfuckers are gonna buy this property up.
And be broke a year later.
And broke a year. And we do that shit. And I always say, man, this is how we lost all the east side of Los Angeles, how we lost I mean, it's the same turnaround. How the whites lost Compton because they was moving out and blacks was buying houses. Now you're seeing the blacks selling their houses and these Mexicans, these Mehendes gonna keep moving in. You feel me? And it's like, if we want to have something for ourselves, we got to protect ourselves. Because every other ethnic group outside of the African American, man, they're knit, they're tight, they come together, they come as one. They, we talk about we want justice and all this shit, but we don't come with no type of financial plans to go to the government with and say, hey, we're willing to give you X amount of millions of dollars for this bill to be passed, for this support. So it's just one of those things, man. Hey, Tuck, man, I'm gonna call you first of all.
Yeah, call me, guys, real quick.
Free suspect.
Yeah, free sus.
Free to YG. I love you, Tuck, bro. You already know.
Hey, love you too, man. Let me get these super chats real quick because y'all coming through in a major way with the contribution. Right. Shout out first and foremost to Truth884, my brother who just came to the LB. We sat down for some delicious sushi. Hold on. We sat down for some delicious sushi. I sat down with his family. Great brother, beautiful family. Thank you for your contribution to the stream. And then we have, dang, I gotta go all the way back up. Okay, so we have I don't know how Adam was doing this, but there used to be a way to get up. Okay, here we go. So we got Music Maniac, Maniacs. Will you talk about what Wax said about you today? Hey, everybody mute up for me. Yeah, I'm not talking about that today, but on the next one, I will talk about that. Dilly Dope Nadas. Much love, B. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that. Humble Presidents sounds like the definition of insanity. You are not lying. I can't disagree with you on that, my brother. Next we have, I want to say MJ, but I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling. Okay, here we go. Brandon, you're slacking, bro. Thought you'd be on the scene like a correspondent. I ain't going down there to get jumped by the Mexicans. You crazy. MJ, thank you for the $20 holler. Hey, no, because I mess around and say the wrong thing and they be whooping on my ass. Y'all be like, that look like Brandon on TV. They done jumped on his ass. They beating the hell out of them little Google Uber cars, the Waymo. I don't think I would have the heart to beat up on artificial intelligence. I remember loving that movie, Johnny Five or Short Circuit. It was called Short Circuit. It was an amazing movie. I actually cried at the end. So I've always had a love for artificial intelligence. Thank you, MJ, for the $20 holler, my brother. I appreciate that. Mendola, thoughts on Lush self-hating Glazer riot pics? Oh, I saw that where he was standing in front of the F Ice statue. Can we deport Lush? Can we send him to the place that he don't want those people to get sent back to? Because if we can, I'll be the first person to sign the petition. Laughing like Saga. Get a job, Nika. Hey, 100%. 100%. But guys, listen, if the Trump is doing this part, you got to do your part now. Go out and get those jobs. And you see an illegal immigrant working, report his ass. That's what we were supposed to be doing years ago. But you was like, nah, man, he just trying to feed his family. He got in. They made his ass the manager. First thing he did was set you up to get fired so he could hire 3 of his cousins. I experienced that. Well, they didn't fire me, but I experienced that directly, bro. A dude hired a chick who couldn't even speak English or spell. And they transferred me to give her my management job, and I was still a manager. But they gave her my job in a bigger store, and I promise you, when she was they actually made her my boss, and later on she transferred me. The woman used to make me spell out signage for her because she couldn't spell. But
White
she was
people do that shit too.
I'm not saying that, but white people can read and spell in English.
I'm saying that they do that to black people too. It's not.
Yeah, man, but this was dirty, bro. Like white people will at least, it will be debatable whether or not you're more qualified than the other person. This wasn't even debatable, bro. She could not read or write English. She couldn't even barely count.
Your man is smoking on the air like shit. Like
bro, she literally, I used to have to reconcile the safe for this lady because she could barely count. I don't know if she was sleeping with my boss or what, but I know that dude made her my boss, which was crazy. She was fine,
Could have
but
been.
she was just retarded.
But Brandon, so let me circle back because I had an outburst. Yes, yeah, I looked animated earlier with these motherfuckers because I'll go at these motherfuckers that have not gone.
Hey,
through what I've
language,
gone through.
language, red
However,
wine.
I'm sorry. No, it's not red wine. It was tea. It was tea.
Language,
But
Merlot.
all I wanted to say is that with the ICE raids, you got to think about people who had kids here, who, yes, they might have come here the wrong way, but they had kids here. Their kids are in public school.
Yes.
They're trying to do it, and then they're getting arrested at their actual appointment to become a citizen.
Right.
Like that's some fucked up shit.
You know it's not. You know how many black men have been on their way to court or to go get their car insurance and got pulled over? You think the police say, "Hey man, what about the kids?" No, they arrest you. They arrest you. When my father got arrested when I was 10 years old, they didn't say he has kids. Think about the kids. They put him in jail for
Fair point.
They put him in jail for life. Wait, no. You're not hearing. You're listening, but you're
I'm not
hearing.
Nigerian. I'm not Nigerian.
Listen, right. Listen.
And I never said I was.
When they put my father in jail for life,
your man is
off of the
like
3 strikes law, it was the 3 strikes law, and he didn't even do a violent offense. They didn't say, "Oh, but wait, he has kids." They said he broke the law. He gotta go. And that's the same thing that I want them to do to them. Because if you let these people stay, then they need to open up them jails and let every black man who ever been arrested out because of some sympathetic reason or some sob story reason. No,
I'm not from Congo.
If you let everybody out, if you let them break the law, then it's like when you got people in jail. It's like, listen, I'm muting this guy Amos. He over here talking to the comments. Listen, it's like this. It's like when they make weed legal, but they then took 10 and 20 years of people's life over the same type of crime, right? That they just made illegal. No, we're not doing that. We had to abide by the law. Hell or high water, they're going to abide by the law. Or if they don't got to abide by the law, open the jails up, let all these black men you done locked up for committing crimes out, because it's clear that there's a 2-tier justice system, one for the illegal immigrant Hispanic and one for the black man. And we're not doing that. At that point, I'll be in the street going in on your ass. Wait, let me read this. Most Mexicans are entrepreneurs by nature, starting businesses and creating jobs. They can make 10 times much in a day here than Mexico. No need for a Harvard education. Just got to have the balls to do it. But guess what, Bishop Rojas? I appreciate your contribution. But here's the thing. They're undercutting American business. If they're so entrepreneurial, they need to go do that in their own country or go through the process of coming here legally. That's all we're saying. We're not saying we're not saying they're not welcome. We're just saying they need to come in the right way. Let me get this search for Uhuru. Thank you for the $4.99, the $5 holla. Trump 2024. Sticks and stones.
I don't know. We can talk, Bucci. What's up?
Hey, hold on. Let me finish my super chats. Salute to the bro, Brandon. I appreciate that, my brother. And I think we're Sticks and stones again. More ice, please. I see what you did there. Hey guys, don't worry. If you leave super chats, you're definitely going to get your super chat read. If we let this wave of illegal slide, then being a U.S. citizen means nothing. Exactly. We might as well just make it. And that's what they really want. They want globalization. But if you get globalization, that is going to drive down the quality of life for everybody on the planet. But most importantly and most drastically for American citizens. Thank you, Turney Tyke. I appreciate the $5 holler. Okay, here we go, guys. We're resetting. We got some people in the room. We're going to start with Amos. Amos, you literally have 1 minute. Then we're going to go Gasman, Daniel Beverly. Go ahead.
Cool. What's up to the chat? I just wanted to say that I hear your points, Brandon. You make sense. However, my points will always differ from yours because my parents were not born in America.
Because you love criminals.
And your parents were. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have a different view on this.
That has nothing to do with it. No, it doesn't. No, when your parents came to America,
yes, sir,
they did it the right way, which means they had a respect for American law and rule of law. You are You're literally devaluing what your parents did by trying to give an illegal criminal alien the same like validation as your parents have. I would fight and die to defend your parents' ability to do what they did because they did it the right way. I ain't giving a squirt of piss to defend some illegal criminal. He needs to go back.
So question, Brandon, because you allowed me to talk for 15 seconds, you took my 1 minute. So let me get that 45 seconds back.
You
right,
got
brother?
it. You can reclaim your time.
Much respect. So all I wanted to say is that my parents came here because they were international students in 1979 and they got accepted to the University of Maryland. So they came here, they went to school, they graduated, they became citizens. They had us, me and my siblings, and we've been here ever since.
They graduated and applied for citizenship.
Yes.
Okay, so stop. You're running through it like I don't know the process. Here's the thing. They went through the right process. And if they had been denied, they would have returned back to their respective country.
Yes.
Not like the guy selling corn. He came here illegally. He said, fuck America and the rules. I'm over here no matter what y'all say. And he got to take his ass back. I'm sorry.
So all I'm saying is that everybody who is an immigrant here is not illegal. That's what I'm saying. Have a heart, have some kind of mercy, because everybody got a different story.
But
just
you're
like
arguing
all African Americans are not the same.
You're
right?
arguing something that we're not discussing. We know everybody here who's an immigrant is not illegal. We are specifically talking about illegal criminal alien migrant invaders, not people who go through the process, learn the Constitution, stand up, put their hand over their heart, pledge allegiance to. Those are good Americans.
That's in the citizenship ceremony. Yes.
Yeah. Those are solid Americans.
Yeah.
You arguing something different. You've been on that red wine.
Nah, dog. Nah. But I appreciate you letting me on. Much respect to the panel.
Always.
Yeah. Much love. That's all.
Go ahead, Gas Man.
Hey, what's good with it, man? I just want to say, man, I ain't helping them protest shit because when George Floyd died, they weren't trying to help us go against the government. And then now the fucking roles that changed. Now they want to look at, where our brothers at? They trying to squash beef with the East Coast Crips and shit because they see they the odd man out all of a sudden. But they weren't trying to do that shit, 20 years ago. But now they see what's going on and shit. Now they waking up like, oh no, So fuck that. Stay on their fucking neck, and we finna sit back and watch the show.
Hey, you a spectator, not a participant. Thank you. Let's go, Ja.
Hey, yeah. So when George Floyd stuff was happening, last I checked, there was all kinds of people protesting. It wasn't just black people.
They weren't protesting. What they were doing was waiting for black people to start protesting, and they used that as cover to start looting, and we got the blame for it. I watched it happen in real time.
They were the largest protest.
The Mexicans came down and started breaking windows to businesses and robbing those businesses while black people was walking peacefully. I watched it.
They were the largest protest in the country's history.
Those were the largest protests.
They happened in every state, even majority.
Those were the largest protests, and the Mexican people went straight to Foot Locker, straight to Nike store. Yeah, we was in the street protesting. They bust the window out, running down the street with arms full of merchandise. It was like, yeah, we protested. Then the same shit was on line for sale within 3 or 4 hours, bro. I watched it. You can't tell me I watched it.
These protests happened in states all across the country, Vermont, Maine, which are all these different places which are not known for large populations.
Everybody
of any minority group. So, I mean, it is what it is. On this panel, I can hear
Brandon, everybody protested for George Floyd, man.
You guys are greatly misunderstood the context.
I hear like people calling for what they want DEI policies. Like I don't know. I hear people saying to let criminals out and stuff like that. Is that soft on crime?
I don't believe in DEI.
Well, I'm hearing people on this panel that you're agreeing with argue.
I didn't hear nobody say nothing about DEI.
And so it is what it is, man. Well, we're gonna see how this is playing out, man. I tell you one thing though, the Trump Elon beef is on the back burner. Talking about this one here now, so. We'll see how that goes.
You hate Trump, so I'm sure you're mad. Let's keep attacking Trump. Listen, Trump is the president, whether you like it or not.
And then my boy, by the way, you read my boy's Biden. This is super chat wrong. It's not. It's Trump 2028, which would mean Trump would have to get a third term. Last I checked.
Yeah, I want Trump to get a third term.
So you're against the Constitution of the United States.
I think
you want to break the law, essentially. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I got it.
Yes, I do. You're defending criminals who are breaking the law, but you got a problem when I break the law. See, you're a hypocrite.
Criminals.
You're a hypocrite, Ja.
No, I'm not defending any criminal. I'm not saying if you're illegal in the country, there's laws and processes to remove.
If someone is illegally in the country,
right,
the president has the right to forego any legal process and remove people from the country. He literally has the right to do that.
And every president has done that.
And so Donald Trump is doing that.
And so
you had no problem when Obama
did it. What's the
problem
with that then?
You had no problem when Obama did it.
So there's no problem. I'm not saying I have no issue with it. People that are illegal. If they're illegal, that's the process. That's what they got to get removed. There's no problem with that.
Okay.
Every president has done that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand what the hype is around the whole thing. You know what I mean? Why the drama?
The hype is
I figured it out. It's not about just doing the work and executing something. It's about the drama. It's about entertainment.
No, it's not about the drama.
That's what it's about.
It's about the fact that there are people willing to go destroy property in defense of criminals. It's about the fact that the Democrat Party has literally programmed people to go out and fight for things that go against their own best interests. Even now, the politicians of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, they're not going out to those people, reasoning with them and sending them home the way Trump tried to do before the January 6th riots. They are literally saying, we're not going to say anything. We're going to send out coded messaging telling these people to keep causing a disturbance and an uproar just so that they will fear our opposition more than they hate our policies. And that's all this is about. They're literally just plausible deniability. They're holding their tongue because they're allowing mobs and crowds to control the narrative instead of coming out and saying, hey, look, what you guys are doing is wrong. We're not tolerating this shit. Go home now, or we're going to order the police to arrest you, because they know the minute they act like they got sense, the mindless mob of ignorant fools who support them will turn against them. And they've made this bed, and they basically don't want to lie in it. A. Willie Will, Turner Kalumba, 2028. I feel you, Turner Kalumba. Hey, all right, Josh.
So Brandon,
you need 10 more seconds.
You gonna run against Trump? Oh, by the way, on Jan 6th, Trump sent the people there, and it took 3 hours for him to respond. So
peacefully and patriotically.
You're not consistent.
Peacefully and patriotically.
But they didn't listen to him, and then it took 3 hours for him to tell him to leave. So you're not consistent.
No, he tried to send
you're not consistent.
He tried to send the additional support. Nancy Pelosi refused it. Trump said peacefully and patriotically.
The federal government runs D.C.
The police started attacking
the federal government.
The police started attacking the crowd, and the crowd retaliated.
DC is not a state. How are the police going to attack you? Did they run down to your line of scrimmage and attack you? Or did you walk up to where they were?
I watched Capitol Police hit people with batons over the barrier.
Did they walk up to the police, or did the police come to them?
I'm not arguing this with you.
Hey, well, on a previous chat I had with you, you guys, admitted
we had a previous chat. Chat. When I don't even know you. I've never spoken to you a day in my life before today.
When you talked about the person in Jersey, that the representative in Jersey that were at the immigration center protesting,
you must.
I told you guys, hey, we can make a deal, man. All right, cool. All right.
Daniel Beverly, let's go, my coon brother.
No, I'm FBA. You the coon. But I had one question. If you're illegal, how do you pay taxes?
You don't. Only taxes you pay is sales tax.
Exactly. You cannot stay here and I pay taxes and you don't.
Right. Get them out.
I land my plane.
Hey, that was a powerful one-liner. That was a powerful one. See, this dude
Yeah, that
is
was
smart.
cold right there.
Y'all listen. Y'all said FBA was retarded, but I was fighting for them. I told y'all they got at least one working brain cell. When it comes to some money, when it comes to some money, FBA become experts.
You think you for live in California and not pay no taxes?
Yeah, hell no. And the worst part is they actually take money out of the economy by sending remittance to their kinfolk over in Mexico and shit. That's money we'll never get back. Common viewer, breaking news. Trump is sending 500 Marines and he already got 2,000 National Guards. And you know the Marines could kick ass. They don't gotta play nice like the National Guard. They fuck you up.
Brandon,
Amos was in the Marines.
No, I was not. I'm a Navy reservist corpsman, but I was the Marines medical.
He's the guy. He was the guy that the Marines pick on.
I was their doctor, their medical person. Yeah. When
the Marines kick ass or what?
So yes, the Marines can kick ass because the thing is, to be a Marine, they only allow you to be 25 years old before they cut off the entrance. So it's all young boys with all this energy. Yep. Marines kick ass. And then there's the reconnaissance team, the spec ops team, which I was a corpsman for. Like, yeah. So all these stupid motherfuckers that are in the chat, like, yeah.
What is with you with this MF
I
word
served
today?
your country, assholes.
Hey, what's
Okay?
up with you with this
You
MF
know
word
what I
today? You normally don't curse this much.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That's why I think you
You know
drunk.
what it is, Brandon? Brandon, you know what it is? Because I got hired as a professor, so now I son motherfuckers.
Oh,
That's
look at this guy.
that's what it is.
This guy, you need to remove that word from your vocabulary. You are too classy and
I'm
sophisticated.
gonna write it in my book. But
Listen,
much love
this-
to the chat. This is a beautiful conversation.
Brandon.
Much love to everybody. You know
Let's
what I
go,
mean?
Rob.
We just
Let's
talk.
go,
our
Rob.
Yeah, I understand the reluctance for a lot of Black Americans to get involved with this situation. They want to just sit on the couch. But we could actually take this opportunity to be proactive and make sure that we report all of the illegal Mexicans or the illegal immigrants that we see. You know what I'm saying? The last job I just had is unrecognizable because illegal immigrants have taken it over. You know, everyone, if you're outside at all in your city, you know the little enclaves that illegal immigrants huddle up in before they hop in the truck. Call ICE. For every illegal immigrant that gets deported opens up another job for your nephew. Call ICE. We should pin the ICE phone number in the chat.
Hey, 100%, man. Hey, listen, stop letting people get away with things in your country that you can't even get away with. You can't even go to their country and begin to do the shit that they doing over here. If you want us to welcome illegal immigrants in with open arms, allow us to go and have access to their economy so we can go start some businesses over there and show them what it feels like for someone to come in your country and undercut your ass. Because believe me, a lot of things we can buy in America, we can buy them cheaper than they buy them over there. I got the homie right now. We're in the process of he wants me to help him get a laptop. That laptop in America costs $700. In Kenya, it costs $2,000. I could smuggle laptops I can smuggle $700 laptops into Kenya and sell them for 2,000 USD. You don't think I would love to start a laptop business over there? Dude,
But
I'm getting 4 times the price.
But Brandon,
the cost.
You say allow people who are born in America to have access to other people's economies, to the same way that immigrants come to America to have access to this economy. But the thing is, no other country has infiltrated America the way that America has infiltrated other countries militarily, to have bases in all them countries, to have embassies all over the world in them countries, to have that dominance whereby Americans, white Americans mainly, can go anywhere they want all over the world and vacation and be in bikinis and shit, and you know what I'm saying, and get kidnapped and all that shit. You know what I mean? People can't just enter America.
Hey, Tuck, he sound like the enemy, man.
He does. There's a
He's like the
segment.
enemy.
Oh, it's real.
No matter where America goes, there is a segment or a faction within their government that asked America to be there. Just like what's going on in the Congo right now.
Average Americans cannot just go enter there.
No, we can't. But and what I'm telling you is they won't let us, the average American, enter their country and do what they want. So why should we let the average South American come over here and do what they want to do?
Well, the thing
match
is,
in energy,
the
bro.
United States government determines that. Like the average American citizen doesn't determine that.
But
shit.
you're not giving the United States government the choice to determine. You are illegally invading the country.
How are people illegally invading America?
Crossing the border at night
at airports.
No, stop it.
Customs.
Now, see, you got a doctor, but now I'm thinking that it's in the play school of law.
My boy Dr. Pepper.
He just Dr. Pepper. He just said how they illegally invade when they gotta go through ports of entry. Boy, you know they coming across the Rio Grande.
No, but those are Mexicans. That's the border. I'm talking about people
all
from
types
everywhere
of
else.
illegal immigrants coming through there. It's Asians coming through there.
Through Mexico.
Yes.
So you
Where
know
have you
something
been?
that I didn't know. So I'm gonna shut up because
they're arresting Chinese nationals at the Mexican-U.S. border.
So the whole world is coming through America, through Mexico, and coming through the border.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
All right,
They're coming around, going through. Bro, come on now. You need to go do research. Bro, they're arresting Middle Eastern people coming across the U.S. Mexico. Bro, they got a whole African village in Mexico where all the black dudes from Africa then came all the way around and landed and ended up at Mexico and can't get across the border. So they made their own little town right at the border between Mexico and the United States.
He's been there before. He been there.
You know what your people do?
and they jumping on trucks. They jumping on semi trucks and shit too.
Africans. Because ICE is targeting so many people of Latin American origin. So like
they said
Africans. I'm like, all
they
right.
said you. They
You
said
think
you.
so?
They said you're 4 years late. What kind of What the F kind of doctor is this? Bro,
this nigga's a dentist.
Oh yeah, I'm reading the chats. The chats are
He's
hilarious.
a chiropractor.
Remember, these are cats that finished high school. Like we're not even like looking at.
But
them.
even us dudes with a public school education knew that people was coming through the Mexican border, bro. You gotta take that L.
No, that wasn't in public school, bro. Not here in the DMV.
No, I was in public school. Mary Ellis Eagle
I
Eyes.
was in public school too. No.
Shout out to my sister for the $20 holler, the love of my YouTube life. Hey, Brandon, Trump 2028. I think we should give Trump another term. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with that. Hey, let's go.
Bro, Trump ain't doing shit for Black American people.
Let's go. Let's go, Cinderoni. Unmute yourself, Cinderoni. Cinderoni. Hey, can you hear me, Cinderoni?
Salute.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Hey, shout out, guys, man. This whole thing with this ICE, man, is really something else. You know what I'm saying? People tend to choose sides on what's right and what's wrong. If you're somewhere illegally, you're in the wrong. They don't have problems when the FBI raid parents who kingpins and queenpins of America. They going to see their kids graduate. They get ready to get pulled out of the museum. They get pulled out of the graduation party. Don't nobody say nothing about that, but we supposed to feel sorry for these people who are legally here getting put back in their proper place. Let me tell you something. A black job, a white job, a Mexican American job, an Italian American, anything American can be replaced by an illegal alien. So we cannot be up here just pampering and patting these people on the ass like, oh, I'm sorry they do it. No. You're here illegally. Then you got another guy, some lame, the TikToker, made over $20 million. Trump got a card for $5 million. And you telling me your stupid ass can't buy that, but you can make all this money over here and still don't want to pay?
Yeah.
Like this is the places that people go, especially black people go to feel sorry for somebody than they own is ridiculous.
Hey guys, if you're Hispanic or whatever in the comments, feel free to come up, man. You guys are welcome to give your opinion on this. This is not a segregated chat room. Adrian Gonzalez said blacks aren't even in their kids' lives, let alone show up for work every day.
That's fucked up, man. That's not true. And
that's how they feel about us, bro. And that's how they feel about us. So that's why do we feel sorry about
Gentlemen,
and they want us to stand beside them.
Gentlemen, He has a right to his opinion. We're not gonna pile on. If Adrian Gonzalez would like to come up and express his opinion, he's more than welcome. I'm not gonna let them pile up on you. Listen, there's a lot of truth to that. I'm sorry. This is the way a lot of people look at us, and I'm not gonna say it's without some truth. But understand, you can't just kick out the illegals and then be irresponsible with the gift that is left. We can advocate for the removal of criminal illegal alien migrants, but what validates us advocating for that is us stepping up and taking their place in these different occupations. So I like the accountability there, and I'm for it. I'm in my kids' lives. My family is intact, so they say that about a lot of us, but that just means they don't really know us that well. And maybe it's because they don't care to know us any better, or maybe it's because they're just ignorant of the reality of the Black family. But here's the thing. As much as Adrian Gonzalez could say that, right? If he wants us to be accountable, hey, Black people, stop complaining. You guys don't stay in your kids' lives. Well, what I would say to Adrian is stop complaining about what a shithole your country is and saying we should let you stay in America. Do what you're telling us to do with our families and working hard. Go back to Mexico or wherever you came from and go build that up instead of coming over here stealing jobs from Americans. I'm with you. Man. I'm with you, brother. Like, I really agree we should step up as Black people to keep our families intact and to strengthen our work ethic. But I am also going to throw that right back at you. Go build in your country versus illegally coming over here and expecting special treatment. You got accountability, and I love that, and I'm going to hold you accountable, and I hope you embrace me too as I do so. Okay, so
Adrian, let's squabble up, man.
Go ahead, Cinderoni. You got any more? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, I was gonna put it down like you got Maxine Waters carrying trash bags, just low down Maxine. We got to really look at these people. These people should be impeached. Right now, they out there inciting civil wars along with the protest leaders and everything else. This ain't what's happening. You understand what I'm saying, man? I lived in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is one of the, as far as Black people, Los Angeles is one of the most racist states in America. I'm from the South. I lived, LA my second home. That's the most racist city, if not top 3 in America. This is a fact. I never experienced so much hate, so much backstabbing, cross up. And I'm talking about they'll do it for anything. It's pettiness. This is one of the most pettiest places you could be. So this illegal alien bullshit, man, this is all a ploy. These people want Democratic votes, and they don't give a damn if they're illegal or citizens, but they'll do whatever it takes to keep that Democrat Party moving and holding us back. The Iranians can come over here, get 7-year free tax. Then as soon as they retire, they bring their cousins in, they get the same deal. Then they bring their cousins in, get the same deal. These people make billions of dollars off of us.
No, hey, okay, thank you. Hold on real quick. Alex Gonzalez says, you're saying Latinos are more violent than Latinos. You're saying Latinos are more violent than Latinos. That makes no sense. You sound dumb, Canadian. No, listen, I want to show you guys this. Because, see, that's why I want him to come up here, because we got the internet to fact check.
He's not going to show his face, man.
No, but he don't got to show his face. All he got to do is keep talking. Listen, let's read this right here. Name one area that's not Latino, Africa included, anything, where 30 presidential candidates were killed in one election. More than 30 candidates have been killed before the Mexican election on Sunday as criminal gangs and drug cartels seek more power. Name one African country that is run by a drug cartel. Name one African country, third world, bro. Name one Asian country where 30 candidates for president were killed in one election. I'll wait for you, Adrian Gonzalez. I'll wait for you to swim across the Rio Grande and answer this question.
You went there, Brandon. Just 2 points, and I don't mean to.
Somebody has feedback. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're good, Amos.
Oh, okay. I was just okay. Nah, just a point, man. Like, of course, this is the internet, so people gonna write their racist, uneducated bullshit in the chat because that's the internet, right? Everybody has access to the internet. So let's get off of what the internet is saying, like these comments, like
we need
these
this
motherfuckers
30,
right here, right?
We need to understand why we would let people who allowed 30 presidential candidates to be assassinated in one election into this country to be able to have influence over our elections. You got to be out your damn mind.
Brandon Bucci, look at the framework of where you grew up. You grew up in America.
That has nothing to do with this.
No, feel me.
Nowhere on earth
Brandon,
has had 30 political candidates assassinated in one election.
Brandon, feel me for a second. Just hold on for a
you.
second. All right. So you having grown up in America where there's this government, there's this constitution, and shit works this way. Other countries are not like that. All these other countries where people of color come from, it's the wild, wild west, man.
Fam,
like cartels be running the government.
No. You could go to Borneo.
That's the world, man.
Listen, man.
That's the world. That's the world outside of America, my guy.
Stop. Okay. Do me a favor, my guy. Name one other country in history where 30 candidates were killed before one. So what are you talking about? You capping right now.
Did you hear my point?
It didn't make any sense.
My point is that the framework of America, where you grew up in your sense and how you're rationalizing this shit is one way. The world is different.
The rationalization is this. The world should not be allowed into America until it is proven that they're willing to ascribe to America's values. That's it. Let me move.
As an American,
guys,
that's fair.
We're about to start. You got it, KP. But real quick, we got to let Turney Tyke speak. Then KP, you can speak. Then Turney Tyke. Then we're gonna go around. Everyone's gonna have 1 minute to drop their final thought because it's. Oh wait, Turney Tyke. Wait, KP, real quick. Turney Tyke. Sick Hyde, Dilly Dope Nadas, and then everybody's gonna get 1 minute to get their final thought. Okay, go ahead, KP.
Hey, see, like with Dr. Doolittle, whoever his name is.
I'm Dr. Doolittle. That's
what he's like.
Yeah, that's me.
A lot of the shit, you know, like I mean this with all respect, but a lot of people who are
me, I don't give a shit.
Hey guys, mute up.
A lot of people who are immigrants, they tend to do that. Like, yes, people came over here, you know, more power to his people, but it's like he's still trying to defend the illegal immigrants, and he's trying to, you know, well, America's this, and other countries do this, other countries like stick on topic. You asked this man a specific question. What other country have you ever heard of where 30 presidential candidates were killed?
And I already answered that question, my nigga. I said I don't know. I answered the question. Were you listening?
Hey,
my what? Hey, Amos, come on now. You better than that, Amos.
Okay. My bad.
Let me respect
the black man and take that back.
He off that Carlo Rossi.
That nigga off that zesty ass martini he drinking over there.
He off that Thunderbird, bro.
He got a full loaf over there.
Truth is, nobody like us, man. Nobody like us. You know what I'm saying? Why try to play games with it?
That's because we the real Jews.
Hey, hold on. One mic. KP, you done?
No, hey, what the brother saying is true, man. Nobody like us, and you see the little man.
Nobody like us.
Okay, let's let him get it in. Okay, we got administrator, and then Stick Hyde. You coming up next, and then Dilly Dope. Go ahead, administrator.
Yo, what's up, man? Hey, yo, this ain't even about Latinos or anything like that. This is about picking away at the foundation of this country and our society. If we just can't let this go. I don't understand why people are still defending this. None of these people that came here illegally are so surprised at the fact that they're getting deported or at risk of being deported. They getting hauled away in these cars, looking at y'all protesting. They probably like, man, this was coming. So people keep saying,
know
"Oh,
they
it's
were
about the
wrong.
Latinos and stuff like that." But when you look at these stories and reports, when you see people getting arrested by ICE on camera, these are not. A lot of them aren't Latinos. A lot of them are black.
Right. That's true. But the vast majority of them are Latinos.
Well, yeah. But then also you see that if you look at the travel ban, they're not banning these Latin American countries. So this ain't targeted at Latin Americans. They're not kicking them out and shutting the door.
This stream is not even targeted at Latin Americans. The
Right.
only reason I'm going in on Latin Americans is because Latin Americans are the ones who are in the street destroying shit. You don't see no Haitians out there. You don't see no Jamaicans out there.
Hey, they was burning American flags too today.
Yeah, and flying Mexican flags. You need to fly that flag over in Mexico, but they don't want to do that though.
Yeah,
They don't want to go back to eating tacos without meat inside of them.
Man,
Go ahead, Stick.
it's crazy, man, because you know what I'm saying, nobody like us. I'm talking about nobody in the world. We talk about Mexicans, Asians, motherfucking
Other black people.
The Arabian don't like us. Nobody like us. Even nobody like us. And then nobody politic about black politics for us. Everybody going against reparations. Everybody going against the black community being protected from police and stuff. Everybody politics all different. Now all of a sudden we supposed to jump in and politic. Nah. Everybody protected by the black man politics. First of all, let's state that first. Everybody protected by our politics. But everybody, when it's time to jump in and make sure that we safe for a certain type of way, or make sure that our people straight a certain type of way, all these motherfuckers get quiet. Let them fight their own motherfucking fight.
Okay,
Sick of them
Tariq.
niggas.
All right, Tariq. Thank you for joining us, Tariq.
Listen, Rob, don't leave, Rob. I see you in the back. I'm going to bring you up to give your final thought. The queue is full right now, but don't leave, Rob. All right, go ahead, Dilly Dope.
What's up, B? Yeah, first off, Stick Hide, man. I like you, bro. I like you. So don't
Perception
worry.
is reality.
It's simple as this, man. First off, Brandon, man, you gotta run for governor, man. You gotta run for governor because yeah, it, boy, you are. I'll tell you right now, man. It's just common sense, like. So I don't even know, like my great grandmother and grandfather, they came from Italy. I don't even know where the fuck they came from. And I don't even know when they got here. And all I know is like, I'm not, I'd never wave an Italian flag. And it's really strange to me. It seems like an invasion almost. And it's not to sound racist or nothing. It's just, you got to come to this country. You got to follow the rules. If we went into Mexico.
Agreed.
If we went into Mexico, we'd probably get shot dead right on the spot. We wouldn't even get deported. Like, it wouldn't happen. But yeah, no, I just want to get that thought in.
Well, Google says that most Italian immigrants in the 1800s came from southern Italy, Mezzogiorno, and the island of Sicily. And I know that's where the mobsters came from.
Sicily. I know my grandfather is from Sicily.
Yeah, you got some real skyscraper building blood in there.
La Cosa Nostra. Yeah, La Cosa Nostra.
That's some Andrew Carnegie type.
And they used to get a lot of shit when they came here. If you know,
of course, everybody got shit when they first came. Here's the thing: they came legally. They came legally. Yeah. I love that history because they came legally. So you do go through your growing pains when you come to America, but guess what? You came legally. And that means something. And nobody who comes illegally should be over here trying to make shit stir up trouble in America for enforcing our laws. Shout out to the new member, Adam 53 in the building. Thank you, Adam, not Adam 22, Adam 53. He said he's liking what he's hearing, and he's here for it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you becoming a member. Okay, so now, guys, this is the lightning round. You're going to get 1 minute to drop your opinion. It's going to be timed, so be concise and be ready. I know John Galt's been sitting there chomping at the bit, waiting for his chance. Let's go, John Galt. 1 minute.
You know, I think Amos represents, another problem with immigration. His parents came here; they were educated here. At best, we got a government worker that's a PhD in public policy. That's not a win for us. We could have had an American doing that. You talked about government jobs earlier today. Well, shit, he's taking a government job.
Former military.
Hey, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
But he brings that mindset that is not like the Italian guy that you had up earlier. I think it's culture. You can make laws and make anybody a citizen. That's not what you want. You want to bring people over here with the same mentality and not just as a public policy guy. We don't need any more of that.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm done.
He cooked Amos's ass. Well done. With this woman, Amos, he dedicated a whole minute to cooking your ass. Yeah, you're right, John Gall. You have a lot of immigrants who come legally who sympathize with immigrants who come illegally, not understanding that they literally, by doing that, they're discrediting their parents' resilience and their moral fiber. That's like your dad worked. You ever saw that movie, A Bronx Tale? Have you ever saw that movie, Amos, with Chaz Palminteri. Whatever that nigga's name is. I don't care about the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Only person who cares about the pronunciation is Dilly Dope. But listen, Charles Palminteri, I think it's Palmieri. I don't think it's Palminteri.
No, it's Chaz Palminteri.
Honestly, bro, I can't even pronounce that.
Who cares what it is? The guy with the slick back hair.
Because the black chick was fine
this
as hell,
is exactly, that black chick was bomb.
Yeah, she was fine.
She was stopping traffic. But here's the thing. I think she later played in Belly. I think that's the same girl. I'm not sure.
Oh, DMX's youngin.
I think that's her.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's her. I don't know. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. So, like in the movie, the kid's dad was a law-abiding Italian bus driver, but the kid developed this like admiration of a damn criminal.
Candillo, whatever his name was. Yeah.
And he didn't understand
whatever his name was. Yeah.
It took him about an hour to learn what Amos has failed to learn in his whole life.
Okay, go ahead.
The honest the movie only was 2 hours, so it took the kid about an hour.
Yeah.
So
I never learned.
The kid learned that his dad working a regular job and being a working stiff was not a bad mark on his reputation. His dad choosing to be a law-abiding citizen was more respectable than the criminal being a criminal, choosing to be a thug, because his dad was an honest, hardworking American, and that's what should be admired and celebrated. He wasn't a cancer with some good qualities. He wasn't an enemy of the community with some redeemable qualities. That's what you do. That's the realization Amos has to come to. Hey. Your parents did it the right way. Stop praising these people who are criminals and trying to put them on the same tier as your parents, whom I love, versus these damn illegal criminal aliens who I despise.
I love all y'all, man. You know,
go ahead. This your 1 minute. Don't waste
your.
No, it is your turn. Don't waste your 1 minute responding to me. Go ahead, Amos.
Hey, he gets 30 seconds for a rebuttal for old boy.
Nah, I make the rules. He gets 1 minute to make his point. So he can get his ass out of here.
Give him the 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds to rebut and then 1 minute to make
thing is, John Gate, I seen you smoking the whole night. There was a puff of blaze behind you. I appreciate your comments. I'll take them to mind, even though we don't know each other. But I just wanted to say thank y'all for allowing me on this chat. Back in the day, the public square is where people would debate their ideas, right? And this is the public square right here on the internet. We all don't have to agree, but we all want the best for humanity. So I just want to say thank you guys. Brandon, put that fucking clock down. Somebody said that I look like a young Bokeem Woodbine from Dead Presidents. I love that movie. I love it a lot. I just wanted to say thank you guys, and I want to talk to you guys some more in the future. And yeah, man, this has been a great conversation. So thank you for allowing me on, you guys. Much respect.
Hey.
That's all.
Thank you. Bokeem Woodbine is a stretch.
Yeah, Bokeem Woodbine.
He has.
I think I'm Bokeem from Jason's lyric,
you
though,
ain't,
but whatever.
You ain't Bokeem with that bird chest, Amos. Get your
Yeah.
That drunk ass collar he got on.
Listen, bro. Bro need to hit the gym ASAP. Go. Okay. Let's go. Gas Man. Go ahead, Gas Man. 1 minute.
Yeah, so is the Jews fucking? I mean, my bad. Is the Jews?
Don't start. No. Don't start.
All right. I'm out.
No, you got good. I mean, you can talk about it, but you need to talk about it in a politically correct way. We're not doing that.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, you know, the Israel people, is they deporting them?
Well, they're not illegal.
But why? But what make them illegal?
Where did your mind just go? You just went to
Because I'm saying, why are they just doing it to the Mexicans? Like
because they're illegal immigrants, and they're not just doing it to the Mexicans.
So is the Israel people.
No, they're not. They're citizens.
That's my point. How?
I actually know an Israeli guy who got deported. He was illegally here. He got deported. I used to do jiu-jitsu with him.
But I'm just speaking on what the brother was saying, how we getting all the hate. That's where it's coming from.
You need to travel more. Dude, what do you do? Do you have a hobby? Because you seem like one of them dudes who just sit at home and eat chicken wings and watch sports.
Now I'm in the trenches, bro. Like,
Doing
that's why
what?
I'm on this shit. I grew up fighting MS-13, Latin Kings, all that shit, white boys, all that.
So why are you talking about Jewish people?
Because that's where we getting all the hate from.
You ain't
That's
you
why
ain't
we
had
the
to
most-
fight no Jewish person. You was fighting Mexicans and shit.
And white boys.
Okay, so talk about them. Why are you talking about the small hats?
I'm not talking necessarily about the small hats, because we know they ain't the ones with the power. I'm talking about the ones with the power.
Okay, your 1 minute is up. Thank you so much. This nigga said the Jew. He pulled that right out of his ass. I don't know where that came from. Go ahead, Cinderoni. 1 minute.
Yeah, I think that brother might have had ADHD going on or something, but I want us to really he got Tourette's, so he got some real issues at me. I don't know, he tried to say too much at one time or something, but you know, like I said, man, I think we really need to evaluate the mental capacity of what's happening here. People are being detained and arrested who have broken the law. There's nothing that we can do about it. It's not even. They raising a lot of hell out there, and if they feel like that's right, then let them do what they're doing. But at the end of the day, we should not be in a compromised position for some people who don't give a damn about us. And if the shoe was on the other foot, they would sit back and watch and wait for us to be pushed aside. So this is all BS. Maxine Waters, Karen Bass should be impeached. I'm calling for their impeachment.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Impeach them. I've been calling for that. I don't see how people keep voting for these people, but hey, you got a lot of crazy people in California. It's like when you hear those people argue for like transgender rights and then you ask them basic questions and they can't answer them. That's how a lot of Californians are. They really don't know anything about the situation, but they heard a little something, they felt a certain way, and they formulated an opinion based on that. We in California suffer from cognitive bias. If you don't know what cognitive bias is, that means you know so little about a situation that you think you understand it completely when you really don't. You've oversimplified it based on your lack of information or knowledge of the situation. Many Californians suffer from that. Thank you, Cinderoni. Let's go, KP. 1 minute.
Hey, man, look, we've been too serious on this shit. So my question's for you, Brandon. One, did you get some bigger shorts to go on no jumper with, man? That's what I really want to know.
Hey, man, I love those shorts.
My 1 minute is bullshit, man. You gonna let somebody else go? This shit was cool, man. You know, I just came to talk shit to you, boy.
You on the grind right now?
Yo, you already know, but you already know, hit my line.
I got you.
All right.
administrator. That should be the name of a superhero.
Right.
You're like
Yeah,
Mr. Terrific. If you remind me of a superhero, you're Mr. Terrific. I don't know if you ever heard of Mr. Terrific.
I actually haven't.
DC comic book character. The guy has no real superpower other than he's able to learn and understand things incredibly fast. Like he can read a book about something and master that something. That's his only superpower, but he uses that ability to like basically be one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe. You're Mr. Terrific. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I got a Mr. Terrific rabbit hole tonight, I guess. But no, man, I think us as Black folks, we just need to keep pushing forward, man. I think right now, what's going on, especially with the momentum you're starting to build, I think that time has come where it is time to just start moving on with those that want to live different, man, and do different things. I think we're gonna have to redefine our culture, and we're gonna have to be very intentional about that. But it's time, and you know what I'm talking about. It's just time, man.
Right. Nah, you come on. You know, we talk behind the scenes. You know I'm buying what you're selling, dude.
Right.
We be on the same wavelength about a lot of stuff, dude. Like seriously. It's like you rarely find that on the internet, but when you find it, it's kind of like, dang, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know how to communicate this stuff a little bit better than me. Not a little bit, but you know how to communicate it better than me. But yeah, there's so many things that just have to change, and it was inevitable. But now it's kind of like Trump's election has accelerated it. It's like
if we don't,
it's
it's not gonna be. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be sitting here looking at each other like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone can get it right now. It's just not our turn again right now. You know what I'm saying?
Our kids gonna be looking at us the way we look at Black people who came up in the 90s. Like, man, y'all had all these amazing opportunities, and all y'all wanted to do was play sports and try to be singers. Like, man, Black people, you had a lot of opportunities in the 90s, and that generation just squandered the hell out of it. They were coming off of civil rights and affirmative action. Black people were like the fastest, like, growing group in every sector, and we literally just like gave all that away because it was like, all I care about is my son. We had business owners who kids never learned to run a business because their daddy had him on the football field when he was 5'4", 120 pounds. He gonna be the next Emmitt Smith.
Right, but it's gonna be hard. We got to kick it off though with the new generation though, because I mean a lot of us ain't like, you know, super engineers and stuff like that, but we really got to get, you know, the young ones on the program, you know what I'm saying? And so they can start instilling that in their kids and going forward, because a lot of us ain't going to be able to pass on the direct knowledge, right? But we just need to foster their inclinations and just put more time into it.
And if you don't have the direct knowledge or, you know, or the education, what you can always instill is work ethic. Just train your kid, like put your kid in a martial art, put your kid in an art class. You can find ways to put your kid in close proximity or in contact with someone who can instill those values in them, even if you can't. Martial arts costs $100 a month. If you got nothing else to give to your kid, teach your kid some mental toughness, some discipline, or take them to where they can learn it. There are no excuses. You can learn martial arts on YouTube these days, or you put your kid in an awesome hobby or something. They got horse riding lessons in Compton, California, bro. Like there's no excuse. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Dilly Dope. 1 minute.
Yeah. You definitely you're redefining the culture, and you know, as a white guy to say that, I say it in a means as like streetwise. I grew up with a lot of Italians that are dead, overdosed, killed, because they followed the wrong paths, man. They followed the wrong leaders, and I had to change my life. It gets you nowhere, and So I just much props to you, dude. I love when somebody has an unpopular opinion. I know you get a lot of hate from some people, and just fight through it, man. Keep doing your work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in and tapping in. Thank you so much.
Of course, man.
Let's go, Robbo. 1 minute, my brother. Cook.
Yeah. I just want to say, you know, for us black people, Yo, Brandon, you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, the easiest ad hominem attack to debunk are, you know, when illegal immigrants, they come over here and they try to disparage Black Americans on our crime statistics. They literally come from the worst crime-ridden, cartel-ridden, political candidate killing, disgusting country in the Western Hemisphere. And they think they get to cross the border and wipe themselves clean of the sins that they commit over there. You know, I don't know how they live like that. They live like disgusting roaches scrummaging through America, hoping that the lights don't get turned on, and Trump is turning the lights on. Thank you for having me up, Brandon.
Damn, that's a good ass analogy. See, I love my viewers. Man, y'all smart as fuck. Like, that was a great analogy. Like roaches hoping the lights don't get turned on. And I'm not calling anybody roaches, but that's what happens when you operate in the underbelly of society. And when someone says, let's all do better, let's move in an upward direction. No, you resist it. Like, dude, you selling tacos in filth in the heart of East LA. Mad because I want to bring the street sweeper through and clean the place up, you know, and lay down some cement. Like, no, man, you can't stop progress. And that's what this is. These people benefit from the dysfunction of America. And Trump is getting America back to a healthy place, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And it doesn't matter. They don't have to. My brother dropped a bar. Go ahead, Quilly. 1 minute.
B Money. I'm going to make this short. I feel like, I'm going to tell you this because I feel like you're the only one that got balls enough to say and do this, right? Now, it's kind of off topic. But like yourself, you know what I'm saying? I come from a background and was able to transition into like getting my shit together. You feel me? Me and my pop, we sold drugs, did crime together. Now me and my dad don't even got a relationship because we ain't got nothing in common no more. You feel what I'm saying? But listen, I want you take this however you want, but I feel like that in order for you to reach more of the young ends, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to show more of your street background, because I think people just think of us as squares when we get our shit together. You see what I'm saying? And think that, oh, we don't know nothing about nothing no more. And I feel like if you just try to identify with more, yo, I came from this, and start shining more of a light on that just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know you done grown out of that, but try to shine a light a little bit more on that, and then it'll be even more of a message to the youngins that's coming up under you that probably want to do something different but feel like it ain't cool, or I feel like, yo, it's nobody that can understand me, or I feel like I can't break from it. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
actually be a cool, smart, nerdy kind of dude like yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
That's why Wack can get on here and be like, oh, he don't come from where we come from, when really you know all about it. As a matter of fact, your dad in jail for life. You know what I'm saying? So if you take that how you want, but I feel like if you shine more of that background, that gutter background, it'll be received even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, thank you, brother, for real. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. There was one, I appreciate you, brother. There was one person who was waiting to talk, but they dropped off. I put the link back in the comments so you can get your 1 minute. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to click back in to speak. But guys, listen, we all know what it is. Don't let nobody erode your standards just so that they can feel better. Don't ever do that. Why would you raise your sons and your daughters and be like, don't lower your standards for nobody. If they want to deal with you, They got to meet you where you're at. They got to come up to your level. Why would we let a bunch of third world people turn our big, beautiful, prosperous country into a third world cesspool so they can have their way? Their ancestors didn't fight and die to build this motherfucker. They fought, they died, but they got their ass whooped when we was taking this bit. Why would you let the losers make the rules? Why would you let the people got their ass violated, pause, all of a sudden come back and win based on some sympathy shit? I'm not doing that. Your ancestors fought, died, driving these bloodthirsty savages off of this land. Why would you dishonor their legacy by turning around, handing it right back to them, talking about, oh, we feel sorry for them? No. We created a system where they are allowed to come back as citizens peacefully and patriotically. And if they don't want to do it our way, then they got to hit the highway or stay where they at. Don't lower your standards for nobody, because when you do that, they come in and they make a hoe out you. They come in and take advantage of you. They take your kindness and they see it as a weakness. You come in the right way or you don't come in. And if you come in the wrong way, we putting belt to ass. Straight drop. Go ahead, Don Harlem. Donnie boy. Unmute your mic. Why does it look like this dude in the shower? You better not be preparing to do no freaky shit.
Yeah, this country's in debt. You do know that, right?
I don't give a damn about that. Every country's in debt.
Not as much as the U.S.
Yeah, because U.S.'s economy is bigger.
Dude, they can't even repay
the dude who
debt.
lives in an apartment doesn't have the debt that a dude who lives in a house has.
Bruh, how are you going to repay this debt?
Easy. Taxpayer dollars.
Bruh, come on, man. It's already
The U.S. debt is like $2 trillion. The U.S. economy is
it's
worth
more
30
than
trillion.
2 trillion. It's more
What
than
is it?
$2 trillion.
How much is it?
Man.
How much is
It's
it?
it's like $16 trillion.
Whatever.
It may be double that.
It ain't no damn $16 trillion.
It's up to $16 trillion, dude.
Foolish.
All right, bro. You'll see, because you're seeing it right now.
You can literally Google this.
You're seeing it. That's what they tell you. All right. All these other countries are not even about to take US dollars, dude. So all of this reparations talk, even if they gave you reparations, the dollar bills wouldn't even be worth anything. It would take a barrel full of dollar bills to buy a loaf of bread. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, bro. So like I said, if you're serious about helping all the people in America, the people that look like you, you're gonna have to get back to
the U.S. national deficit is $1.8 trillion.
They're telling you that. It's more than that.
Okay, so can you give me your source? Since I
The source has to be hidden, because if they tell you what it really is, you'll panic. Right now, you're seeing the effects of that debt when these people are coming.
If they're not telling me what it really is, it could be $100.
I just told you $16 trillion.
The U.S. national debt is $36 trillion.
What's the
but wait a minute. The debt and the deficit are two different things. I meant the deficit. Debt don't mean nothing. That's just the value of your economy. That's just how much money is moving around.
All right. So what's the GDP of America? The GDP of America is what? 30 something trillion? Oh, we won't check that. What you're seeing though?
I think it's 31.
It's 31 trillion. All right, but let's get back to the point. You want to help
30.5 trillion.
You got to get back to the basics. And then when you talk about history, you got to go further than the 90s. You got to go back to the early 1900s, before the Industrial Revolution. And you have to get back to that, because all the problems that we're having started after the Industrial Revolution. Okay, so whatever you were doing before the Industrial Revolution, you're going to have to get back to that and get back to the basics, and then build a foundation that can help everybody in this country. But right now, you got guys who come up here and say, listen, I'm a doctor, I'm educated, you know, but you can't feed anybody with that education. It's just like that movie Belly when DMX says to Nas, you can't feed your daughter books. Get back to the basics. Just like you said, martial arts is a foundation. Growing your own fruits and vegetables is a foundation. Buying land is a foundation. And then create communities that stretch from California all the way to New York. And that's how we'll become more powerful, because this nonsense that we're seeing here, they're going to sweep us into this sooner or later. We try to stay on the sidelines. We cannot be on the sidelines for much longer, because mess around, they'll just say, listen, we got to deputize you brothers, all you bangers out there. We're going to have to deputize y'all because we're having trouble getting a handle on this. Because they should have stamped this out in 5 minutes. You let it be a couple of black kids looting Foot Locker, they would have stopped it in no time. So what's taking them so long with this, man?
It was a bunch of black kids.
My point is that when it's us, they stamp it out in 5 minutes. This is going on for too long, and you don't want to get suckered into with them saying, oh, you know what, we can't stop this, it's out of control. And next thing you know, what are we going to be doing? That guy said we could take a big L on this if we don't get involved.
What I'm learning is, like, the bigger your GDP is, the bigger your national debt is. So like every country has a national debt that is very close to their GDP. So the GDP and the debt are like the same, right? Like how much credit you have.
There you go. It's high.
I don't think it's as bad. But it's the same like if you owe money on a house. You can owe $500,000 on a house and your credit score still be 850.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that people want to buy your house. They have to.
Everyone's trying to come to America, bro. Like y'all talk about bricks.
Do
bricks
what?
is trash.
To do what? What are they gonna? That's what. But the money doesn't have to have value. The money has to have value.
The money does have value.
It only has the value.
Did you buy anything today? Did you buy anything today?
No, I'm in New York City. I don't buy anything. I try not to buy anything.
Man, you have to pay your rent. What did you pay your rent in? Indian rupees?
Dollar bills.
Okay, then stop saying. Listen, bro, you can't say something has no value when you're using it every day to get things.
Bro, if they keep raising, if it costs more dollar bills to buy whatever you're buying, then you're not beating inflation.
It doesn't matter. The United States dollar is the strongest currency in the world.
It's not the strongest in the world, and they're not going to be.
What currency is stronger?
The BRIC currency that's coming out in a couple of months.
The BRICS
Brazil,
currency?
Russia. Yeah.
Man, if you don't get that shit out of here, listen. What you don't understand is this: China is a currency manipulator.
Agreed.
African countries manipulate currency.
Agreed.
So it could come out and they'd be like, oh, it's so strong. But they'll manipulate it to the point where it's worthless.
But the
That's
difference
what they do.
The only difference is
that's why nobody wants to use that currency as their reserve currency, because then they will be at the mercy of those corrupt little crap nations.
This new currency is going to be backed by gold. That's the difference.
No, it won't. The United States has the largest gold reserve on earth.
Dude, Russia, China, India, and Brazil are all buying gold up. Why do you think the price is going up?
United States has the largest gold reserve on earth. So
it has
even
to be
if
audited.
it is backed by gold,
it has to be.
Listen,
it has to be audited.
If it is backed by gold, that would make the United States of America richer in their currency than they are.
The American currency, the U.S. dollar, is not backed by gold.
When you stop using U.S. dollars to buy your Fruit Loops, come back and talk to me.
Fair enough.
Appreciate you.
Hey, you're doing a good job, bro. We're happy to see you. You're a breath of fresh air that we all been waiting for, especially in No Jumper. Jesus. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay, peace, man.
Hey, listen, crypto will be the new currency. Man, them online crypto banks get raided every day. Go ahead and put all your money in crypto and watch your ass lose all your money overnight. I believe all this shit is a scam. I believe that these people are literally baiting people into putting all their money into crypto so they can raid those crypto banks, and then you'll just be asked out. So guess what? Do it. Do it. I'm not getting under nothing that's not regulated. They don't use crypto to make crypto. Mining costs dollars, 100%. And when you trade your crypto or sell your crypto, you're selling that for dollars. That's what I don't get. People will sell you crypto to get dollars and then tell you, nah, but you need crypto. That's what they do. They literally do these stupid sales, get all y'all to buy their cryptocurrency, and then for dollars, then they ditch you. I forgot what that's called. There's a term for it now. But I'm not dealing with that. Like, crypto is a scam until I tell you otherwise. I forgot what it's called, but they'll get all your money, give you all rug pull, pump and dump. They'll give you all this crypto for all these dollars, and then boom, the cryptocurrency is valueless. There's no one has faith in that. You guys don't remember when those Bitcoin online banks were getting raided? Oh, Bitcoin's worth this much money. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah, it's worth that much money. Because every time that those people who own all that crypto get enough dollars, they fake a raid. Oh, hackers raided this crypto bank. Has anyone, let me ask you a question. Has anyone been arrested for raiding crypto banks? I'll wait. No one. But you know what? People lost billions. This is all just a tricky way to trick you up out your coin. So you can be trendy, because what they understand is Americans love trends more than anything. Kids are making cryptos in a day with a catchy name, running off with millions. 100%. The one guy who stole all them people money, he didn't even do a day in jail. J Money bought a meme coin. Yeah, meme coins and shit. Man, listen, keep your dollars, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense until I tell you otherwise, because I know I'm gonna do the objective research. If you can't trust yourself, trust me. My boy Robert Lee Williamson is in the building. Shapoing poing, man. Let me check and see if anybody dropped anything in the Cash App, because I don't want to forget that. Let's go. Oh yeah, Julius, my boy. I got you, bro. I got you. All right, thank y'all so much for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me in this channel. Till the next time, do me one favor. Take care of yourself, but most importantly, please continue taking care of each other. Peace.